Hello everybody, welcome to Inside Line Racing and to the final race of the week. ILR2, Bahrain, here in Season 4. I'm your commentator Owen Wyatt, and with me in the box is Soup.
Yeah, welcome back everybody to, of course, Inside Line Racing ILR2. It's round 2 at the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's a very, very cloudy day in the desert, and this is the one race I think we'd all love to see a bit of rain, because it would be just a bit funny. But yeah, we had the Australian Grand Prix last time out, VSR Josh winning that Grand Prix with a Red Bull 1-2 with his team. I just watched Jake almost bin it like Valtteri Bottas while weaving down the straight.
Yes, let's not crash already, people.
3 drivers not here, namely Paga, Liam Rovo and Matt Dykes. They're all missing. We're still waiting for Paga to actually turn up to a race this season.
Yeah.
He's not having a good time with his game. I think that's the reason why he's not going for that. But we're seeing already some interesting strategies. We've got about 6 drivers out on the medium tyres to do their fast laps, and from what I've heard, if you avoid the super softs, it seems to be the quickest option.
Yeah, I've seen that a bit, but it depends about safety cars. I don't know if we have safety car, and I forgot to check, but even a virtual safety car. Yeah, because I've seen in other league races, I've seen so many races on this track already. A safety car suddenly means a one stop from supers to mediums. Works. But yeah, preferably you want to be avoiding them as much as possible. It's a bit like Australia really, but it just depends how everybody else drives and if it somehow rains.
Yeah, which I'd love to see. But yeah, I'm just looking at Jake to the final sector. There's Jordan with the initial pace on a 126.9, and there's this big line of cars. VSR Josh P2 on a 127, and then we have Tao going quick on a 126.889. That's very close. That's about 200ths of a second
on softs.
That lap there on soft tires as well. That's very impressive. And Josh actually did his lap on the medium tires as well, so there's a little bit of a deficit there. Jake comes to the line. He is going to go 5th fastest, 128.8, which is not up there really. Then we have a lot of lap times coming in there. Shimasi 128.6. All these guys doing their laps on the medium tires. And then who is next? Let's see if we can go down through the field.
Actually, not Buttons. He's on a slow one. I thought he was pushing. He might be pushing this lap though, so we can keep an eye on him. Weislig, I think, is next after him. So
yep, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see how he gets on. He's on super. Should expect him to be up there. He had good pace to win the race almost last time. Didn't quite get a plan, but I'm sure he might have a chance this week. Nice, sometime. Yeah,
wow.
There you go.
126.3. That shows the deficit between the super soft and the soft, really, when you've got a fast car. Wise, of course, I think he started on the front row last time in Australia, P2. So it didn't quite work out as he said, but he still ended up with a decent result nonetheless. As we said, VSR Josh was your victor last time out, even though it was in Zero Mercedes leading the race, but due to a raft of penalties, they ended up going Josh's way. So he leads the driver's standings, of course. After all of this, and everything looks nice and neat and tidy on the standings, thanks to everybody scoring points. So let's see who anybody else we can find on a lap. Just Corey coming out on the track now.
It's only Button and Scubby, and Button's just abandoned his, so we'll see Scubby. He's also not on too much energy, so really we don't see many people on laps. Banana's time is about to start one, I think.
Yep.
On fresh supers.
Yep, he's a little bit of oversteer on the way out. And he is going to start a lap, so we're right on board with Banana time actually, as he runs down the main straight into turn 1. A very, very sharp turn 1 here, very easy to let the car run wide, and here is where you die quite a lot. That curve will send you spearing off into the wall if you get it wrong. Then we come down this next straight. This is towards turn 4 now, and there's also a very tricky corner. Get it turned in, don't run out wide. Easy on the power, and then into this wonderful S section, which you can take very quickly. As you can see right there, a little bit wide from Banana Times, then into the hairpin now. Onto the brakes, second gear, a little bit of understeer you can see on the car there. And then this is probably the toughest corner on the track. You're coming down, you're going downhill. Your car's unloaded on the right side, you got to get it turned in. and into the second DRS section. You hear them lighting up the rears there as he tried to get the traction, and then into this long flowing section here. Down a couple of gears, get the car turned in onto the power as early as possible, and then run the car close to the curb on the right hand side, but don't touch it because you'll die. And into this last sector. I have died there, by the way, many times.
I think Paul died there on Thursday, if I recall.
Early in ILR2. I just noticed actually Scuba went P2 in the Williams and the 126.5. That's really good from him.
I thought he'd backed off. He wasn't on any energy usage, and wow, bananas time. Oof. That was close to death.
P10, 128.9.
Yeah, not really on the pace, unfortunately, with that one.
Right, but I think we've got the pole sitter from last time out is on the lap, namely Corey, and things didn't go his way last time, to put it mildly.
Yes.
He had a bit of a disaster.
Indeed. But yeah, he'll be back this week. He's been practicing a lot, because of course he has. It's Corey. Well, what else will he do? It seems he's got a sweat. He's got his own room just for all the sweat he does. So he should be fast. But I'm just saying, it's refreshed his sector one time. It was only it was a 28 dead, and on mediums, that's pretty gosh darn competitive, to be honest.
Yeah, he's coming into the last corner. I think he's sweating this season because he really wants the championship. He's been trying for 4 seasons now, or 3 seasons, to try and get a championship. He comes to the line. That is decent. 127.4, and he is just a tiny bit slower than VSR Josh, who's the fastest of the medium runners. And actually, Josh has come back out on softs to try and go a little bit faster. So this is a really kind of intriguing qualifying with all the different compounds.
Yeah. This will affect the race, obviously, as well. If Corey can start 6th on them tyres, he's in such a good position. He'll be on the quicker tyres at the end of the race. He'll be able to put a real push on for this win. He's not that far off Josh, though. Maybe another lap and he could possibly improve by another position. It's only a 10th.
Yep.
Scott's coming to the end of his lap, yeah.
Yeah, as we were saying, he's gone for an alternate strategy. He's gone for the soft tyres. Where's Scott going to go? On this lap, he's going to go 9th fastest on the softs. He's in and around the medium runners. It's a 27.95, just a tiny bit slower than Goody, but he did his lap on the mediums. As you can see, he's going into the pit lane now. Here's Goody.
Josh is heading to the end of his lap, I think, as well. So let's see how he gets on. He was a 28.1 in the first sector, I noticed, so maybe not as quick as he'd be hoping. But he might improve through the rest of the lap. Let's see where he is. And yeah, wow, that's competitive.
26.6.
He's
3/10
right
of a
up
second
there.
slower than the fastest super soft runner, and he's only 200 slower than Scuba, who's running on the super softs. So that's really competitive. Goes 2/10 quicker than Tau.
I think Scuba just went on to softs, and he's just set his first sector time. That is 3/10 quicker than Josh's. So theoretically, he could be on the pole lap right now if he keeps that pace up, because Josh was only 3/10 off the pole, and Scuba already being 3/10 up on that. He might have this. Not using too much energy though, I've noticed. He did this on his first lap. That's why I thought he wasn't pushing too hard. He is saving it a lot, possibly for the end of the lap. And
potentially, yeah.
It's all looking good though so far, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting because he wasn't really anywhere in the first Grand Prix, and now he's challenging for pole. So I don't know how much he's been sweating Bahrain, but we're seeing it now because he's on the soft tyres, going quicker than his super soft lap. And while we were talking, Zeta Mercedes went P6 on the soft tyres, and just a 100 slower than Silent Assassin in P5 on the super softs. So here comes Scuba to the line. Is this going to be pole? And if it is, what a lap! No, it's not. Yeah. Used up all that energy in the last sector, but it just didn't come together for him now.
Wisely, 27.7 there for his first sector. Can he extend his lead at the top?
Yeah, well, that's obviously a purple sector. We can't quite see it, but that is going to be the fastest first sector of anybody. And he's coming down he's in sector 2 right now. Tim Veg went P7 there, 26.95, and he pops into 7th on the super softs. But there's a real mix-up of tyres here. which is making this really, really interesting. So why is it coming through this next corner and down to the last sector? What can he do? Can he improve? He's on a 26.3. Onto the brakes. Into the last corner. Looks really good. Nice and tidy on the exit. Get that DRS flap open as quick as you can. He comes to the line. It's a 26.2 from Wiselig on the super soft tyres. His provisional pole by quite a considerable margin, actually. About 0.3 of a second. That's a big margin in F1.
Yeah.
See, Scuba's using a lot of energy this time, so let's see if this is going to be the one.
Well, last corner now, he's 0.4 off his last time, I think it says. He's not going to improve.
No,
so,
that's not an improvement.
Another wasted lap. Could he have pitted? Maybe changed tires? That might cost him a run at the end.
Maybe so.
Other people towards the back on a lap, we've got Sean. He's into his last sector now. He did a 27.7 in the first sector as well. So this could be a quick time.
Yep. Matt Tibos just saying there that Scuba hadn't had a mare in Australia. That what we're seeing now is his true pace. So, just shows you. But bad days can happen.
Into the pits goes Sean. He was on a very quick first sector. Maybe he's just gauged his pace and he will change to alternate tires now. I noticed nobody's running on the mediums anymore.
No. Scott's come back out on the super soft, so he's given up entirely on trying to... Oh, we got a spinner. That looks like Goody, I think. No, it's not. It's the other Force India. Yeah, he's lost it in on the very curb that I told him not to. I told people not to touch. And he's spun it, got it going again, but he's obviously gonna have. He would have ruined that set of tires.
Yeah. Because
of that, but we're waiting to see now. I think Shimasi's come back out on the softs.
He's not using that energy.
Yeah, I think he's on an out lap. Well, I think he was on a lap, but he had to back out because he caught up to Scott, who's on an out lap.
Button looks to be on another lap though. Into the last corner he comes. He's using lots of energy, so we'll see if he can get himself into the top 10 on them tires. He needs to make about a second on his last lap, and he's done so. P9.
127.3. He's 0.2 off of Adamako, and he's taking the escape road.
Is he?
Which I mean, yeah, he just cut the first corner because he probably didn't want to do it, which is fair.
Yeah, well, he's probably trying to get the fast track back to the pits, just cut a few corners here and there, and make sure he can get in and out on time. That is somehow allowed, but maybe he'll get some penalties if he keeps doing it, because he's going to try it again here. And no penalties as of yet, but I guess he's sort of got no choice because there's 3 minutes to go, and you'll see that timer. You know, he needs to be in and out quickly.
Yeah, Corey's come back out on the soft tires. Just seen that Tau's come back out on the supers, so he's going for a really he's trying to challenge for pole. Then we have anybody else on the different set of tires. Corey's softs. Jake is on softs. He gets out of the way of his teammate Shimasi, who's floundering down in 16th place. He really needs to get up the field here.
Scott is on a lap at the moment, but he wasn't particularly quick for the first sector. He needs to on them supers. Ideally, if you're calling on the supers, honestly, if you can get P11, you get the free tire choice. That might be what he's aiming to get, because if he even makes 0.4 on his best lap, he's still got P11. He's that big of a gap between him and Goody and Corey. So we'll see if that's his plan.
Just keeping an eye on Shimasi through the sector 2. What is the split gonna be? It's a 1:05.8. He did a 28.1 in the first sector, not the fastest. About half a second off, actually, I think, of the fastest first sector. So into the last section here, where is Shimasi gonna be?
Scott is finished. He's into the pits.
Right, Shimasi across the line, and he's gonna go 11th, which is really prime position when you think about it. But I think he'll want to improve that. Corey is on a lap, almost loses the back end.
Tower did a 27.9 in the first sector. He's heading through now to finish the second. That was under 1:05, so this should be competitive this lap. and it might well be his last attempt as well. So he needs to hope to get this one right.
Yeah, because he's only got about 30% energy left to use. He's got 30% total energy left. So here comes Taro to the line. Is this going to be a pole lap from the Austrian? He comes to the line. It is second, 126.302. It's the front row for now. And actually, Josh has come out on the supers, interestingly enough.
Yeah, Scuba as well. Will they maybe be just out there for safety? They could maybe just see where they are. They'll be one of the last people to cross the line. They're giving themselves an advantage here, seeing what the rest of the field are going to do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to even abandon if they're still in the top 5 at the end of all this. But let's see Corey, to the line. That's good. P4.
Oh, that's a good lap. That is a good lap on the softs from Corey. It's a 126.59 exactly. That's very pleasing as well. Exactly 100th quicker than VSR Josh on the soft tires. So he's in a really good position, Corey, now. So I think he'll back out of that one. That's going to be his position, we think. But we've still got a battle for pole on our hands.
Weislig is on a lap 27.7 for the first sector once again. Session is over, so this is it. Last runs for everybody. And so far, this is looking like a pretty interesting top 10 in terms of the tires.
Very interesting. Corey and Josh have set their fast lap on the softs, but Josh is going to maybe do a really quick lap, then back out at the last minute, so he doesn't have to start on the super softs maybe. So let's see. We've seen it done before in real life F1. Jordan can only manage 6th fastest, but he's starting on the super softs as well. ZR Mercedes has come back out on the super softs as well. He's on a lap. Weislig is in the last sector now.
But this really is. It's one of them weird quali sessions where pole really isn't the optimal place to be. It's really odd. It's surprising to see. Goody and Sean now in the top 10 on their soft tires, so that's good for them. Yeah. But here comes Weislig to extend his gap. 3 tenths. That's going to be
25.9.
That's going to be a lot to beat. But let's see. Do Josh and Scuba finish their laps and go for this? No, Josh does not. No.
Scuba,
he's coming to the line.
What's it gonna be? It's second fastest, 126.1. Corey is not on a lap. ZR Mercedes has backed out of his lap, so Weislig will start on pole position for the first time in his career. So he got a front row last time. He's gone one better
big crash down the back straight with all of the finished cars, and there's more crashes. There's crashes everywhere. Who's that in the? What is going on? That's down to turn 8. There's 3 cars off there. And then on the back straight, there's another 2 off. What on earth has gone on there?
There's a broken Haas. We've got a broken McLaren. We've got a broken Sauber. Might have a broken Williams, maybe. Yeah, Jordan's in there. Shimasi looks like he's involved as well. Tao is in the wall as well.
There's a bit of carnage there.
So yeah, Weislig first pole position in ILR.
It's weird
start.
How the AI love to crash. That's another thing. That is not the first time I've seen that happen either. This keeps happening. It's like a common thing. It's weird. But yeah.
Oh dear, Scuba's hit a Force India. So Scuba, he's going to start in the front row for the first time.
Well, congratulations to him as well. That is a surprise quality, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that order. But
there it is. Weislig takes pole position. Scuba in P2. Tao in P3. However, we've got Corey and Josh will be starting the race on the soft tires, and Corey is the fastest of those guys. Then we have Silent Assassin, ZR Mercedes, Tim Veg, Goody in P9. And Sean in P10, Adamako P11, Shimasi P12, TR Button P13, Jake in 14th, Dick Rouge in 15th, then we have Scott Banana Time, and that rounds out your grid. So we'll see what the drivers opt for outside the top 10, most likely probably going to be the mediums.
Softs or mediums, yeah.
Softs or mediums. However, now the... oh, it's not raining, damn.
That's just most disappointing thing I've seen all day.
I was really hoping. I was holding out hope.
We were all holding out hope there, but Unfortunately, it is not raining. Meh.
Still very cloudy, kind of very strange weather in Bahrain.
Yeah, maybe it'll rain during the race. Let's just not give up hope now. It is
Yeah.
possible. It can rain in Bahrain. Like, it's not like it's completely impossible. It's just extremely unlikely.
Yeah. And maybe we haven't seen the safety car so far in ILR2. Maybe it'll make an appearance today.
Well,
Maybe the VSC as well. We haven't had any. Well, we've had plenty of incidents, just haven't had the safety personnel being called out.
well, it's one of them, isn't it? Like one of them turn ones where it should really have crashes, but people are generally quite good. But let's just quickly check everybody's tires, just to confirm our beliefs. Yeah, softs for most of them, but the back three are all on mediums.
I mean, we all knew Scott was going to go for those mediums.
Oh yeah. This will be that one race where he decides to go all the way to the end, right? Right.
See, he's not telling us which race he's going to go to the end and not stop.
Well, let's see.
So we're going to figure it out. One day he's just going to pull a surprise and do that. So.
Well, it was Britain last season.
Yeah.
And yeah. He likes them blue tires, I imagine.
Yeah, he'll be the only driver to start on the hard tires in Silverstone for definite.
Oh yeah.
Because those tires never have. I don't know why they made those tires.
I don't know, I quite like them. I wish they'd have used the blue on something better because they look very nice. Well, oh well. You know, make blue super soft or something. That would be quite nice.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna have soft, medium, hard as just a default tires anyway, and just keep them all one color the whole season. So next season anyway, I think that's what they're doing. So it'll be a little easier anyway to try and work everything out.
Yeah, tire compounds are very confusing because super soft isn't the softest compound. The hyper soft, then you have ultra soft, then super soft, soft, medium, hard, super hard.
Yeah, super hard, which is only meant to be there for a backup. Say another Indianapolis 2005 situation happened. I think that's just the idea on that. But yeah, we don't need to worry about that. They're heading to the grid now, and looks like they've all made it through without crashing as well. No one's been disqualified, so well done, people. I'm impressed.
Well done. Well, Wisely actually did a good job there because he's managed to back the field up as much as possible, so he doesn't have to wait as long. Because Banana Times is not that far behind. He's literally on the back straight, so they're not going to be sitting there for long. So he's going to be in his grid slot for probably a couple of seconds as we wait for the lights here. It's going to be Scott and Banana Times, the last two cars to pull into position. Facing towards turn one, the nerves rise. And we're getting ready to go for round 2 of the ILR2 season. Here we go. We're going for 5 red lights for the start of Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Wisely, good start from Scuba. They're all even off the front row pretty much. And it's a good start from Corey from the second row. He's already challenging up towards turn 1. Have a look, he's having a look on the Williams as we go into turn 1. It's a great start from Corey. He's up to third already. And we also have VSR Josh getting himself in the mix as well. Sean making a great start from 10. He's up to 6th already. Is the Scotsman there? He's into 6th place there and going further down the field. All looks clean. All looks nice and tidy from everybody, and a very, very clean first couple of corners.
Yeah, surprising to see that. We saw a lot of people going side by side to turn 1, but as you say, Corey on them the tires, the soft tires. What a position that is! And you know, towards the end of this first stint, he'll have some brilliant pace and could already have a chance at taking his lead in the early laps.
Yeah. So biggest mover out of everybody was Sean in P6. He went up 4 positions from where he started after a couple of corners. That's a great start from him in his first race here. And he's on the back of VSR Josh now having a little look. But Wisely already trying to extend that gap. He's already 8/10 of a second clear. And Corey on the soft tyres is just now going to be getting into the rhythm because he needs to bring these tyres a bit further. But crucially, he's got a car between himself and Josh, who are the 2 biggest runners, the fastest runners on the soft tyres here. And looking further down the order, a little bit of a battle going on further back here between Tiro Button and Tim Veg. Also Jake and Banana Times in the last positions there having a little fight. So everybody nice and clean.
Ty's got a chance.
Gonna have a look? I think he has. He's going to have a look at the turn one, maybe. Yes, he is. Going from down the inside. The Austrian has a look. And on the outside is Corey. He holds it together. And a nice bit of clean racing from the two of them. But that allows Josh. I think there's been a problem for Force India. Yeah, the thick route has been in the wall towards turn one, but he's got it going again. Chaz having another look at Corey into turn four. Having a look on the outside, but no way through. And now Josh is on the back of this. And all these guys are now going to get involved as this little train starts to form. ZR Mercedes and Goody are having a little battle down here as well. All these guys are on the soft tyres, and they're going to be going further into this race. But all this is allowing Wisely. He's already pulled out a DRS range, and also has Scuba. He's 1 second clear of Corey ahead, and then all of these guys are going to have a DRS come the next lap. We've got a nice little train. Corey, Tao, Josh, Sean. Then we have Silent Assassin, ZR Mercedes, Goody, and Shimasi all in there as well. Adam Mako on the back of this as well. So it's all kicking off.
Ty is at a real disadvantage. The more he keeps fighting, them tires are going to overheat so easily, and it's going to mean he'll pit earlier. You know, that could end up making as a 2-stop. I think in ILR5, the two Force India's ended up doing a 2-stop, but it does work. They were second and third, I think. So I mean, it can work out, but it's not ideal. You don't want to be going through traffic all the time. When he's fighting this much, he will end up having to pit early.
And remember, he did 2 laps on this set of tyres in qualifying, so they're not going to last at all. Corey's going defensive already because he knows Tao might have a pop at him here. Don't think he's done enough this time. Yes, he is. He's got for him late. Look, he's going to completely miss the corner. Corey gets through. Will Josh get through as well? Yes, he will. Just about enough room there for Josh to work with. And now he can get on with chasing Corey. He might actually lose that place to Sean as well, but not quite. Because Sean is actually well up here as well, because he's on the softs as well. So he's well in the mix.
It was so unnecessary. That's the problem. Like, Ty, if he wasn't ruining his tyres already, he might have to pit in the next couple of laps tonight with really bad tyres. It's not what you want to do. You should know, really, that then tyres are going to overheat. It's going to cost him.
So, everything settling down just a tiny bit, but now we have, of course, DRS enabled this lap. So we're going to see this nice slipstream train down towards turn 1 this time, and the man is going to be at a disadvantage, really, is probably going to be Josh, because Corey's a little bit too far ahead. Sean's having he had a little pop at Tao there, I think.
He did, yeah. Into turn 12. He knew he couldn't go for it, though. The inside, that's basically suicide, so he's holding back, and he'll go for the DRS, I imagine. And, only 2 tenths behind. It shouldn't be too hard, but then again, Ty will have DRS and Josh as well. So we'll see how this one works out.
So Tao's trying very hard. He's using up all his energy, as you can see. He's trying to get past Josh. He knows he made a mistake the last time. No way through for anybody this time. Look further back. ZR Mercedes on the back of Jordan. Shimasi and Goody are having a little scrap back here for 9th. Adam Mackel and Tiara Button 11th and 12th, and Scott's in 13th. He's the first of the medium runners. He's managed to keep ahead of Jake here. Going a little back up here.
I wonder if Jake lost position. I think he was last at some point, so he must have had some issues eventually somewhere.
He was off the line, I think. By turn 2 he was last. So obviously he had a pretty tardy getaway, or he had to get out of the way of some action. But everybody's got through nice and cleanly. Everything's been massively clean. Tao with a huge moment out of that left-hander. The tyres are already, I think, starting to go away from him.
The more he does that, the more it's going to hit them even more on top of it. That's why it's just not possible to get them back down once they go up. He's in trouble.
Yeah, because of course the carcass temperature is a big thing in this game now. And once it heats up, it doesn't cool down, and the grip just does not exist when those rear tyre carcasses heat up.
Set a Mercedes now on the back of Jordan as well. His supers might be starting to go as well.
Yeah, and he's doing the smart thing. He's going to wait, and Jordan gets a moment. He's already going to be probably alongside just as the DRS zone begins. Here comes ZR Mercedes on the Mercedes, interestingly enough, onto the inside of turn number 1. No moves up ahead, as you can see, but in the DRS it's an easy move for ZR Mercedes and into P7. Let's watch if Jordan get the cut back. No, it just doesn't have the grip on those super softs.
He's gonna
gets it a little bit sideways, holds it together just about, and just having a look here, these guys, Corey has actually closed up to Scuba. He's got within DRS range of the Williams, and also he's dragging Josh with him as we do this. And Josh is getting very close to the back of that Ferrari.
This is crucial as well for them to lead soft compound tyre on the grid. They're the top two. Josh, wouldn't it be brilliant if he can get into the lead again? What a start to the season that would be for him. But it's all going well so far for him. He's within DRS, so when Scuba and Weisig eventually pit in the next few laps, it'll be down to Corey to get that gap up because he'll have no DRS to pull him along.
Yep, so through this next section of corners now. And Scuba is now going to have a lot of red filling his mirrors, and actually a lot more than that, because he's got a massive train of cars behind him.
Yeah.
He's got the Haas, he's got the Sauber, he's got the Red Bull and the Ferrari filling his mirrors. And Wisely in the meantime is 1.7 seconds clear out front. But Scuba is going to be very vulnerable. Look at the overspeed the Ferrari has. We come down to towards turn 1. Is Corey going to have a pop at him? And he's going to have he thinks about it and then goes for it down the inside. Goes Corey, and look at the he's fighting on the outside. There's a little bit of contact there. Corey
look at Josh.
Wide.
Look at Josh.
And look at Josh. Josh is going to capitalise. They're going through
abreast
as you come down towards turn 4. On the outside goes Josh. That's not going to work for him. He's going to probably have to back out. And Scuba goes around the outside of Corey. Corey's going to have to back out of this one. Surely there's no room to work with there. Great job from Scuba.
No, he's going to get past.
The room. Surely not here. Here
Go
comes
on, Josh. Right on the outside. He's going to try it. But Corey on the inside as well. And Josh is going to follow him crazy. More contact again.
And look behind as well. Sean's getting through past Tao around the outside of this next corner. This is crazy.
Oh, off the track.
Oh, Sean's missed. Sean's missed the corner. And he's lost out massively there. Corey's got ahead. He has managed to get past. Eventually, everything settles down. It's still a bit crazy. And here comes Josh to get past Scuba. And that all settles down. That was crazy action in that second sector.
Corey was not going to give that one up. He knew how important that move was. But how aggressive was that? How have they not ended up in the weeds? Brilliant driving.
Yeah, brilliant stuff, and great defence from Scuba, even on those worn tyres. Sean missed the corner and still somehow in this battle. ZR Mercedes is now in the action as well as a result. But all of that has allowed Wisely to build a 3-second lead over these guys. But
Corey,
now I think Corey's vulnerable.
Down
Corey
the straight.
Is vulnerable.
He's going to drag a lot with him as well. Look at that, 6 cars, all of them DRS with each other. This is going to get interesting.
Josh gets straight past. Look at Sean in the background, right to the wall to get past Tao. Oh, Tao almost hits the back of the Williams. He's gone deep again. And Sean tries to pick up a position, and he's having to fight with ZR Mercedes as well, who's going to try and slingshot past the Scotsman. And watch, they may go 3 wide again.
They will.
Yes, they are. Down towards turn 4, and ZR Mercedes is having a look down the inside to try and get past 2 cars in 1 corner. This is absolutely mad. ZR Mercedes down the inside, Sean on the outside, and Sean, I think, is going to come out on top here. That almost ended in tears. ZR Mercedes has to hold on for now. He needs to get the traction, but there's no way through. Sean somehow holds on there. And this is just a fantastic driving from these guys.
They are wheel binding, they are sliding, they are doing everything that you would expect to lead into a crash. But they're somehow keeping it on the road. It is superb racing. Oh, that's going to be some move.
Magnussen.
He's in Magnussen's car, he's got the... He's just shoved him off to Narnia there. What? Although I gotta say, he had that coming.
Yeah, it was a little bit... Oh, he's coming back at him. That was Tao around the outside, actually, of Sean there. So that was a good move from him there. So, back up here. Corey just trying to follow Josh here. To try and just drag himself up. And Scuba's tyres are looking well past their sell-by date. I think... potentially Corey might get enough of a run here, and I think
yellow's happening.
Okay.
Banana
Tao
maybe
is into the pit lane, so Tao's the first of the super soft runners to stop.
Banana's time has been off in turn 12 on the inside, so he's down to last.
I can tell you, there's a massive scrap going on down here for 8th position as well, involving Goody, Shimasi, Alamako, and Jake.
Josh not.
There we have Jordan with the fastest lap.
Oh, that's wide for Goody there. He's going to lose a position to Shimasi. Are they going to go side by side, or did he just back off there? He backed off. But yeah.
I can say, Josh and these guys have pulled a second out of Wise League. So you can see the super softs are pretty much done. Look at Isaac's tires. Look at the blistering on the left-hand side. Just have a look back here as well.
They could
See
be
if
looking
Adam
better.
can maybe make a move. And Shimasi potentially.
Do you know what? Button closes a few more tents and Goody as well. And we've got such a massive train building. This is yeah. This is going to get very interesting because they're going to be on these tires for a very long time. And they've been able to keep close so far. Even when they're off the track, they can still come back on and be in a train. This is going to be some battle. This is going to go on for a while.
Yeah, I was expecting Wisely to respond to Tau, and he is doing. So in comes your race leader, Wisely, to let VSR Josh take the lead. Corey P2. Scuba's probably going to follow him in, and he does so. So this is going to make this top battle very interesting, because all these guys are on the soft tires. VSR Josh leads, Corey second, Zedor Mercedes third, Sean in fourth, Tira Button now fifth, Goody in sixth, is defending massively from Shimasi, who tries to go around the outside of turn one, but there's no room there. So these guys are racing so hard, and I don't know how, I cannot fathom how they've not been in the wall yet. It's brilliant.
Well, this is ILR2, and they are showing why they deserve to be here. What brilliant racing. Why is they
there's been contact in turn one, as we were saying, that Silent Assassin and Scuba just made contact on the way out of the pit lane. Scuba I think just hit the side of Jordan. I don't know who got damaged there, but somebody did.
Yeah, I saw front wing breaking off somewhere. I think though that could be on Jordan. Yeah, it is on the left hand side. Jordan's broke his front wing.
Adam Ackles had a problem because Scott's got past him.
Yes,
Scott's is on the mediums, and he's in the train all of a sudden.
Josh is pulling away quite easily from Corey, and now that Zedor Mercedes only 2.7 seconds away from making it another Red Bull 1-2. How great would that be already in their championship?
Yeah, and a maximum haul in the first two rounds, but I think Sean might have something to say about that because he's keeping tabs with him. So, and also Corey isn't really letting VSR Josh go that easy. So you can see Zedor Mercedes going a little bit defensive to the middle of the track on the way down to towards turn one. But as you can see, Sean's energy levels are quite low. Let's go back to the battle between Goody and Shimasi, which rages on into turn one. Shimasi tries to get the cut back. There's no way through for him. Maybe this one down towards turn four. Surely going to have him this time. The ILR3 champion fighting with the previous ILR1 driver down the inside. Maybe Shimasi's going to have a little pop at the
he's hit him.
The Dutch driver. He's hit him a little bit there, but they all come out unscathed, and Goody holds on for now. And all this is allowing Jake to just close up a little bit.
Yeah, Jake's going to be right in this battle in a few moments if they keep tapping and barging each other off the track or anything like that. He's well up in DRS now. He's about as close to Shimasi as to Goody, so that's well and surely going to be a free car fight. Zedor Mercedes is slowly now pulling away from Sean and closing up to Corey, so he's got good pace in them tyres still. Yeah,
and the top two are on very similar paces because that gap isn't going up or down, really. It's staying in around that 1.1 second margin, and Corey's just on the cusp of DRS range, but he just can't quite find that pace. But let's see, I want to keep an eye on this battle between Goody, Shimasi and Jake, because I think this is going to be a really tasty one.
I can see Jake getting past the two of these drivers in this lap. He looks to be a little bit quicker, to be honest. And Sean in the pits, has he broke his front wing, I wonder?
Maybe he has, but let's keep an eye on this battle. Here comes Jake on his teammate. Look at Goody going defensive towards turn one. Jake's going to have to go to the outside. There's going to be no room as Shimasi tries to find some space on the outside. Jake goes wide to try and get the cutback line. But Goody's defending this very, very well indeed. He knows where to place that car. Let's see, towards turn four, Shimasi's going to have maybe late break on the outside. Yes, he's going to have a think about it, trying to hang it around the outside. He almost did it, and he had to kind of saw at the wheel to get the car to go straight, and now he's vulnerable to his teammate. That's running down towards this next hairpin. I think it's going to be the same.
Oh, free abreast. Free abreast for P11. There was only 4 abreast, actually. Look at these 4. And they're going to go side by side. What about
whoa, Sean's gone around the outside. That's a good move from the Scotsman. Jordan's in with him now. And on the outside of the Irishman, he's trying to hang around the outside, and he makes it work. That's a brilliant move from Jordan in the Mercedes. What a move!
And he's now working on the next one. Can he get by Sean?
He's having none of it. He's on older tires, but he's having absolutely none of their crap, as you can see.
Absolutely.
But this is actually a crucial battle because this is essentially for P2 in this race because Weisling is well at the moment, depending on how things go. Corey is in actually. We'll come back to that later. Corey is the first of the soft runners to pit. Josh is going to be going hell for leather on this lap now.
Oh, a lot of them are coming in. A lot of them.
ZR Mercedes. Scott is now into third. You'll see now Jake is in P2, and then we'll have Scott. Then Thick Rogue. ZR Mercedes is going to be.
Why is it going to lead?
Yeah, he is in the lead, and Corey has come out, not far behind him.
I wonder if anyone got held up in there because there were so many of them in at the same time. It could have cost.
And you can see how much. Yeah, you can see how much it cost Tao because he's come out behind ZR Mercedes, but now he's going to have to fight to try and get past.
Looks like Jordan's going to go for it. Oh, he's going to pass it to him as contact again. Some more front wing coming off, but Jordan's going to get the two of him as he's going for it into turn 6, and he's just going to have to back off a little bit. That front wing's getting more and more damaged as the laps go on. And they're still side by side. Goody's going to get involved in this. He needs to be careful in here. There's Scuba. That is for position. That's how much Scuba's lost in all this as well.
Yeah, he's trying to stick with TR Button, but these guys have all held him up. He wants to be on the back of Sean, not these guys. And Tao is having absolutely none of what ZR Mercedes just gave him because he wants to get past.
There goes Scuba again on the inside, and
Josh in.
See, I think I saw a front wing flying off there earlier. I only saw a little glimpse of it, but wonder if that's more Jordan because he is really struggling. He's just got a penalty, and Goody now on the inside is going to get past. But as you say, we've got the top two in the pits. Let's see how they get on.
Josh, I think, he's going to come out well in front of Corey by the looks of things. Yeah, he is going to get out in front of Corey. As you can see, there goes Wisely. He's going to slot in the gap. He's come out in P2 of this race. And in the background, look at Tao and ZR Mercedes fighting it out. He couldn't quite find the room. Tao trying to go around the outside, but there's no room for him to work with. Tries to get the cut back, but good defense with ZR Mercedes. But now he's going to be vulnerable towards turn 4 and 5. Here we go then. To the outside, he's going to have to go. ZR Mercedes going to defend that one.
Oh, that was
just no room. He has to try and get the cut back on this next bit of track. But
good in Shamasi. Good in Shamasi going side by side once again into turn 4. Somehow, in all of this, they managed to find themselves fighting again. And they're going to have to get by Scuba at some point. This is crucial for their races.
Yeah, Shamasi actually now behind his teammate. So now Goody wants to get past Scuba. Scuba's now kind of well out of this race. But Corey, I can tell you what, he is pushing. He's within 0.3 of a second of Josh. And there's no penalties involved this time, I can tell you that. So this is going to be essentially for the net race lead. Meanwhile, Scott leads, actually on track. Wisely isn't that far up the road. But Josh wants the points, of course. He wants to make sure that he has a good margin in the championship. So Corey within DRS range. ZR Mercedes is behind, but he's well out of range. Here we go. Is Corey going to have a pop at him here? He's going to get a good slipstream down towards turn 1. Josh is looking in his mirrors. Corey moves out of the slipstream, but there's no way through. He's too far back to do anything there. Maybe on the run down towards turn 4. Maybe he can think about something here, but doesn't quite get the run he needs. So now he's got to be thinking about later in the lap.
Meanwhile, behind, Tyres has actually started to lose time to ZR Mercedes. He really put a fight on, but now Sean is on the back of him. And he might end up losing more positions. So that's really not working out for Ty right now today.
No, it's not. He's well up there. He's in the fight, but it's just not really.
He's on the losing end
really
of the fight.
Out for him, yeah. Right, Goody's closed right up to Scuba now. Jake's dropped back, so Goody wants to get past here.
Why is Jake so slow? Is that a missing end plates on his left hand side? It kind of looks like it.
Potentially. Looks like a bit of damage. Yeah, that's
there's damage.
Closed up.
There's damage there. Is there? It's hard to tell because It's all black. It's difficult to see black on black, really.
Yeah.
But he definitely looks slower, doesn't he? I don't know.
Definitely, yeah. Right. Back to the battle for net second. And those guys are closing up to Weislig. And Weislig is on much older tyres, as you can see. Fastest lap of the race from Josh. Right there, that shows how hard he is pushing.
But Corey
Josh
still has a chance on him. And there goes Sean on Tau.
Sean on Tau. Down the inside of turn 1. And he has made that one work. Watch for Tau on the cutback, but Sean places the car nicely. And Tau doesn't really have much to answer, because he's not got a lot of energy to work with. Sean doesn't have much either. But Sean now, his next target is ZR Mercedes. Now Weislig's probably getting a little bit shifty, because now these guys are absolutely flying behind it. They're 1.4 behind all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is going to get good, because they're all going to the end of this race. Weislig, we need to see his fighting skills a bit more. See if he can hold this lead. Oh, meanwhile in the background, look how close Ty is still to Sean. He's not giving it up, but he might have to.
He may have to, yeah. Up front, these guys are kind of fighting it out. These guys, they've almost done 15 laps on their mediums, and you can just see that everybody is on mediums on the track currently.
Yes. Scott and Rouge now in their pit windows. So will they box this lap, or will they keep going over? They'll go another one, and
they may just have a battle.
Yeah, they'll have a bit of fun. They'll have a bit of fun with it. I mean, it's not like they're out of the race. They have to pit, obviously, which is a little bit of a disadvantage, but they'll still have fun. Maybe have a chance at points still if people keep fighting. Safety cars could get involved. Anything can happen still.
Tau's coming back at Sean. He's got back past down the main straight in DRS. So he's not giving up just yet, and he gets back past the Scotsman. So the Austrian still has a bit of fight left in him, but Sean is not going to have any of that. Look how close they are, coming down towards turn 4. He pulls to the inside of turn 4, squeezes him right onto the grass. Tau's going to go deep, and Sean's going to capitalise and go straight past the Austrian there.
I was keeping an eye on Goody and Scuba as well, because Goody had a try. He's not going to get through here, is he?
Oh, there was almost a massive accident back here in 15th. Adam Acko and Tim Veg making tyre-on-tyre contact. And
spinning off.
Oh, Shimasi off. Now, was there contact with his teammate, or was that just losing it on his own? Goody's got past. He's managed it.
Luckily, the heli-cam shot let me see both of them events happening. So that's useful.
Let's see if Scuba can maybe mount a move back past Goody here. He's going to have a look. I think a little bit too audacious to have a look there.
Oh, I've got a red glitch. That's awkward.
Was going to make things interesting. Josh is within DRS range of your race leader.
Yes, this is going to be very interesting.
And here we go. Thick Rogue is into the pit lane. And Scott now, well, he leads still on track. He's going to go on to the softs now. Tau coming back past at Sean. Sean got back past him. Now Tau round the outside of turn 1. Switch to the inside for turn 2. That's a lovely move from the Austrian. Very nicely done. But Sean's come back. He's come back at him. Down towards turn 4. This is a great battle between these guys. Going to go around the outside of turn 4. He's going to have to back out of that one. Get the cutback. He expected Tau to go deep, and he did. But Tau gets the better traction. And Sean gets through into P6. This battle rages on.
Goody and Scuba still side by side again. Are they going to go to turn 7 again, or maybe just wait till turn 8? Goody got back past on the main straight
and dives it down the inside of the hairpin. Scuba hangs it on the outside. He's not giving up at all here on the inside. It's a great battle between these two guys, and Goody ran the outside into the next break, and very slick from the Dutchman there. Let's go back up to this battle for the race lead. Josh is within 0.4 of a second.
Scuba's coming back. Scuba's coming back on the inside. Is he going to try it? That's close to contact, but he's not giving this one up. Yeah, Jake's arrived, and let's go back, as you say, to the leaders, because they're about to enter DRS, and this will be the first chance for Josh to get past Weislig.
Yeah, and Scott peels in.
Look
Weislig
at that.
a dummy. I think he wanted to get the DRS.
Yeah,
but he didn't get it. Here comes Josh for the race lead. He's going to have to go to the outside. But with the overspeed, it should be done before turn 1. Weislig just can't fight it. And Josh is into the lead. Weislig, he's gone a bit wide. And Corey is just not close enough to capitalise. Weislig is not giving up, though. He's coming up towards turn 4 to the outside of turn 4 in the Toro Rosso. It's Toro Rosso on Red Bull action. They've made a little bit of contact. And Josh still holds on. He takes the race lead at the Bahrain Grand Prix on lap 18 of 29. Corey now needs to get past. Meanwhile, Sean
look at the stuff going on back here. There's a free car fight. There's lots of contact for 13th there. As Anamako went into the side of Tim Veg. The three of them are all going for it into turn 1. And I saw
TR Button's now in the fight for 5th.
Yeah, it's all just going off, isn't it? There's no other way really to describe it. It's going off all over the show. And Adam Mako is
still fighting.
Jeez, Adam Mako, he's went right around the outside of turn 7, now on the inside of turn 8, and that is a great move for 14th as well. So as you say, they're going for it everywhere. I'm speechless to see moves like this going on.
Well, Jake's now within 0.3 of a second of Goody, so this is gonna. He's in the points now, and he's going to be challenging this because he's on 1 lap fresher tyres and much fresher tyre than Scuba. Let's go back to the front momentarily. Josh building a lead, and Weislig has DRS as well, so Corey can't really capitalise to try and get past. Let's keep an eye on this battle for 5th. Let's see if anything happens between these guys.
Look at the
doesn't look like a cow going defensive. And here we go, Jake making the move on Goody. They both have DRS. This is just pure raw engine power. And onto the brakes, Jake takes 9th position, and now he goes chasing after Scuba. And a first retirement. It almost went well. Jordan is the first retirement. Turn 12. Let's have a look. Banana Time is going to be going through. And let's see if we can see the stricken car. Yes, we can. Left-hand side. And he's dropped it just there.
Well, that's not gone too well, unfortunately. But Sean's still right on the back, as well as Sean and Button. I'm surprised he's managed just to arrive out of nowhere, to be honest. But yeah, doing a good job.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a stalemate up front now. These guys aren't gaining and losing, but still, wisely keeping him honest. He's still 0.6 of a second behind. He's still within DRS range. He's on much older tyres.
Scott just got by Shimase. That's a bit surprising. Didn't see that coming.
Well, Scott's on much newer tyres.
Yeah, well, obviously, Shimase's spin would have done that, wouldn't it? Would have probably ruined his tyres a bit as well. And Goody, I was on board with him. He just got a penalty.
Yep. So that's not good for his chances.
Sean has not got much energy to use here. If anything, Button's got the best chance of making moves work here. Because, this is going to be interesting. The three of them will go for this here into turn 1.
Sean's going for it, I think. He's going to have a pop at him into turn 1. He had to think about it. He showed himself in the mirrors. TR Button locked up and almost went straight into the back of his teammate.
Oh, he's had a massive slide, Button. That really cost him up the hill.
Yeah, and just Corey just unable to keep the pace with these guys up front. You can just see he's dropped out of the DRS range now. Just kind of not able to keep with them. But this scrap for 5th is just ongoing. And Zedar Mercedes is he's kind of lonely at the moment. He's 4.5 seconds behind Corey and 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds ahead of Towers. He's just racing his own race for 4th.
So another chance then. I mean, like I say, I think Button needs to be taking advantage. You can see his ERS. He has got just so much more. He needs to be taking advantage of this, but he had that big slide through turn 3, which really cost him the chance, and he's going to have to wait. I wonder how long he can wait until the tyres start to die. He's on the best tyres out of these 3 as well. He really has got no excuse, to be honest with you. He needs to get this done.
Yep, and he needs to run out of the last corner to have a chance. He's within a decent range of his teammate ahead now. He's charging up the ERS, and here we go. Gets decent traction. Now his teammate will have DRS as well, so he's going to have the benefit of a double toll. But keep an eye on Sean. He's probably going to have a pop at Tau in towards turn 1, down towards turn 1. Tau goes defensive, and Sean's going to go really late on the brakes and around the outside of turn 1 into the next corner. He's pretty much done what Tau did to him earlier. Tau has just got done what he did to Sean earlier, and into 5th he goes. Tierra Button just not able to capitalise.
Well, he'll have his chance eventually, but Ty is keeping very close still, and we know he's got the pace to keep there. Shimasi loses yet another place down to P13 now. Adamako retired during all that. I wonder if he was another turn 12 casualty.
May well have been. The safety car still not making an appearance. Wisely, as I said, he's not letting Josh go, but he's not able to make a move past him because he's just at that point where the DRS just isn't that effective. Tao is still sticking with Sean.
This is very... Oh, he's wide!
Oh, he's gone wide and cut straight back across. He was lucky to hold on to that one.
Yeah. How did he hold on to that? How is he still on the track? That's ridiculous. I can't believe that.
He's on 13 lap all mediums versus 10 lap all mediums and 9 lap all mediums. He's still able to fight. He's hit him. He's hit him into the last corner. Hey doll, let's see if I think he definitely picked up some damage from that.
Yeah, I was on board with Button. You could just see the debris flying, and there they go. I'm sure Sean will be aware. Oh, dive bomb! Button's up.
Button, he finally makes the move, and he's going to probably do the 2 of them in the next 2 corners. So he said, "I've had enough. I'm coming past, mate." So here he goes. He's going to have to watch in his mirrors for Sean as well. He's going to have a pop at him.
Oh, he's hit him.
Down
I think there's in contact. It looked like Button got smashed forward quite a lot, no? It seemed like it was really abrupt push forward. I was on board with Button. But
Sean, he's fighting the car. But TR Button is into 6th. He has got a raft of penalties as well. And I can say, Wisely has closed up to Josh. He's within 0.4 of a second all of a sudden. So, what Corey needs to hope is that these guys fight, push each other wide, and he can capitalise. And
listen, Tim Veg into the pits. Maybe he's going for a fastest lap. I think that might be the only 2-stopper out there, really, or at least the only voluntary 2-stopper.
Yeah.
But let's see. Can Wisely pose a challenge? He's got more usable energy. He's got still that 0.6 of a second gap though, which doesn't seem to be enough to close up.
Not quite. But,
I don't.
It's
Is a slipstream glitch still a thing on this game?
I don't know.
Because Jordan did leave the session when he retired.
Button's having a go at Tao. Sorry to interrupt. He's finally going to get this done, I think. Down towards turn 1.
Oh, Sean as well. He's going to get the turn.
Oh! How was there not contact there? But Button comes out on top.
Well, that was one of the more risky moves. He's going to have to turn him, is he? Look at the closing speed.
Not. Sean down the inside of his teammate. Button has to hold it on the outside, but Sean's still there on the inside in towards 6 and 7.
Look at Ty, they're trying to go free abreast.
Surely not. It's finally worked itself out. Sean is ahead of his teammate.
Jeez.
This is battle is raging on, and suddenly Corey's had a problem because he's now dropped 1.8 behind all of a sudden.
Maybe he's losing grip on the tires. Although he doesn't seem to be a lot. Maybe he had... Does he have damage? Nothing.
Maybe.
No, I don't think he does. He just seems to be really struggling out there.
These guys have got to be careful because Scuba is 2 seconds behind them.
And that will bring Jake along as well.
Yep. So these guys are going to get involved in the next lap or 2. So the harder these guys fight, it's going to help the Williams behind there. They're catching rapidly.
Yeah. I think we're about to see round 7 or 8 now. It seems down towards turn 1. Button, good run on his teammate. And we'll see, the gap is only 0.3. It should be approachable for a move. And as they head down to turn 1, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, looks like an easy move for Button. Late on the brakes, DRS open. And gets the move tidily done. And got to keep an eye on the mirrors though, and he's got another penalty, so that's going to drop him right behind. Sean's coming back at him though, down towards turn 4, goes a bit defensive. He's gone very late on the brakes, has a think about going around the outside of turn 4. But these guys are still going to fight it out. We are on lap 24 of 29.
They have not got long to resolve this, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Scuba or Jake at the front of this queue at the end, because this is going to be such a chaotic finish, I feel, to this race.
Because Jake is on the freshest tyres of anybody out of these guys. So
look at that run again.
These Haas drivers still have not resolved this.
Walker Verstainer's had multiple heart attacks today.
Yeah.
Some of the moves these guys have been pulling off is mad. And if someone managed to keep
closer,
all
actually,
of their
I think he's a lot closer this time. He's going to get a good run down towards turn 1. He's going to get a good slipstream, but
he's
not using his energy. He's not using his ERS, so
he's not going to get past it, is he?
I think he's conserving it for a big attack.
Well, the issue is, I mean, Josh has got next to none. He's running out of fuel. He's running out of ERS. Isaac hasn't got them problems. And Sean was close enough, I don't think, to go for a move there, but
yeah, I think Corey's now out of the picture, unfortunately. Just unable to keep the pace. So Wisey is on very old tyres at this point, but they look clean. They don't look overly blistered. And just down here in the 11th place, Dick Rogan Scott having a nice old battle. Scott around the outside of turn 4. Maybe switch to the outside of turn 5. No way through there. And they're having a good old scrap for the tail end. So, Force India fighting away there. Haas driver still unable to fight this out. And Scuba now within DRS range of Tau.
Ding ding. Next round. We're going to be here. Oh dear. Round 25, round 26, 27, 28, 29 is still to come, it seems. And we're going to have 5 or maybe even 6 cars. You never know how quickly they're going to let Goody catch as well. This is impossible to predict as well.
Yeah.
And Wisek
is he's just not using his ERS. He's down in mode 1 for whatever reason.
Well, the thing is, he knows he can keep up, so surely he'll be in the next few laps. Well, he sort of has to. He'll be pushing on to try and pass.
Josh is saving fuel, so that's
that's another thing. So
that's why he needs to. Oh, Sean's got back past Tira Button. They're fighting it out towards turn 1, and look behind. Scuba's going to get involved in this one now. He's right up behind Tao. Tira Button makes the move past his teammate.
Oh, they're so close.
Not done yet. There's contact, and there's somehow Dolan up in the wall. Tira Button down the inside of turn 4. This is
look
just
at this. Oh, they're
crazy.
pushing each other.
Shots. Into turn 6 and 7. Tao almost hits the back of them and switches back. Sean gets through with a brilliant move. Scuba now going to have a go with Tao. In for 7th place. Around the outside. Can he hang it around the outside? A little bit of contact on the side pod in towards turn 9. Can't quite make it stick. But this is really, really, really crazy stuff we're witnessing in Bahrain.
Jake is well and surely in the picture now, thanks to all that. And looks like Scuba was still trying to find his way past, just not quite enough room.
I think Scuba might be within puncture territory. Those tyres look well worn. He's having a go with Tao. That's a brave move down the inside there, and he's made it work. Nice move from Scuba there for 7th place. Back up for we're on lap 27. He's in mode 3 and he's beginning to mount an attack, I think. But those tyres, I think, are just about to fall off the cliff.
Look how close Jake is.
Here comes Jake. Oh, look at the Haas drivers up against the wall, the pit wall. As we run on towards the turn 1 tier.
Oh, my.
Not giving up just yet. Jake's going to have a pop at Tao down the inside of turn 1. A little bit of tyre contact. Jake gives him the space to work with Tao. Barges his way and stays ahead.
Here we go. 2 Haas's.
Right up to the gravel towards turn 4. And it's still not done. He's trying to get it around the outside, but there's just nowhere to go. Scuba, he's ahead of Tao. Jake can't find a way past just yet. We've got 3 laps to go, 2.5 laps to go, and this is absolute madness.
Yeah.
And Zed Mercedes is wondering, what do I do? He's just running around on his own.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a sad day, unfortunately, a little bit boring. Same for Goody, he's probably wanting to get involved. I guess he has a little bit of a grandstand view of it, but I'm sure he'll want to get involved at some point. But now Scuba is really piling on the pressure now.
Yeah, he is on 18 lap old tyres. Which are not going to help his cause. We're about to go on to lap 28 of 29. There's still a chance that the lead may change, but Wisely just doesn't look like he's kind of got the motivation to do it. It looks like he's just trying to hold on. Scuba, let's go back to this madness in the midfield for a moment.
Midfield madness. Here we go. What a name.
Yeah. Tierra Button's going to have a look at his teammate for
here
sure.
We go.
Scuba, he's got to be careful. He's got to go late on the brakes. He's bumped Sean a little bit. Tierra Button gets the move done. Sean trying to hang out around the outside. And now Jake's got the move done on Tao, who's got all his fun in turn 1. Tao's lost it. And this is going to mean that the battle between Thick Rogue and Scott is going to make for... Oh, and Tao, he's retired.
But look at these three. They are still super close. There are 2 tenths between all 3 of them.
Absolute craziness, and the battle for 10th is raging on between Scott and Thick Rogue as well. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. These guys are 10 seconds behind ZR Mercedes, so they've got nothing to worry about. TR Button's got the fuel save. Sean has got to recover his ERS.
Can we add
none of those worries.
Can we add an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 laps to this? This could go on all day. This is brilliant racing.
This is fantastic. Right, final lap, we're about to begin. And it's now pretty much do or die for Wisely. If he wants it, he's got to do it now.
Full energy. Here we go.
He's into hot lap mode. Here we go. He's gonna have it. He's gonna try. Is he close enough? He's got a good overspeed. He's not gonna be close enough into turn 1, but he needs to run up towards turn 4. He's gonna have a think about it. He shows himself in the mirrors.
He's wide.
He's wide, but he needs to run. And behind, TR Button's lost a ton of places as they still fight it out behind. We'll come back to that battle. There's just too much going on.
3 abreast!
Jake's going to get them all 3 abreast out towards turn 1. Jake's on the inside. Can he get it done down the inside? He's got to be careful. There's going to be contact. Somehow there's not. TR Button holds on, and Jake goes around the outside. He gets shoved off the track a little bit from the Williams.
Still, Scott's trying to get past the Force Indy as well. That is such a close battle as well for P10. They have to try and go for it. This is their last chance, possibly.
Yeah, Wisely, I don't think he's just not close enough to mount an attack on Josh. So I think it's going to be 2 from 2 for VSR Josh. Unless Wisely's pulled something magical. He is in hot lap mode. As you can see, he's pushing hard. He's trying his utmost to try and get up to Josh, but I think it's too little too late. He should have tried it earlier.
Yeah.
So coming down to the last corner, VSR Josh. He won in Australia. He's just got to negotiate the final corner. It was really close last time. It's close again this time. Josh goes defensive. He's weaving as he comes to the line. Josh 2 from 2. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Wisely in P2. Corey takes a podium. Let's go back to this battle because it's not over. Scuba has got through to P6. Jake is still there. This is not done. Into the final corner.
Big crash.
He's out. He's crashed on the last lap. Here comes Jake to the line. It's going to be a photo finish between the Williams and the McLaren. He's going to pull out of the DRS. I think it's just going to be Scuba on the line. 200ths of a second. That was really close. And Scott is going to get points. Thick Rogue in P9. Goody finish in P8. Scott gets points. Shimasi just inside the points in P11. Then we have Tim Veg and Banana Times to cross the line. What a race. What a finish. What battling. Fantastic driving from everybody.
I want to stay on board with Tim Veg here so we can see exactly where Button ended up. All I saw was him at the top of the screen, just absolutely smashing into the Armco with massive speed, it has to be said. So what on earth went on down that back straight, who knows? But I'm sure we'll find it all out later.
Can't see any stricken Haas down here.
Yeah, he must have despawned it. But he had a massive crash.
All that battling. Sean comes out on top. He finishes 5th in his first race in ILR2, so good job from him. Scuba ends up P6. Jake just manages to, well, he almost got P6, 200ths of a second across the line. Goody P8. Scott manages P9. And thanks to penalties, Shimasi actually managed to get a point for McLaren. That's contender for race of the season already.
Yeah, Bahrain, it just keeps producing brilliant races. It has always done this. I don't get it. I don't know why it's so good for racing, but it just works. And you know, well-deserved podium for everybody up there. They've worked so hard for that. And yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of highlights of that on Twitter later. I'll be looking forward to seeing what people have to say about that. But
Josh 2 from 2, and 50 points clear at the top of the championship. He's got a decent margin over his teammate now. Corey manages a podium. He redeems himself well, and wisely again. Great race from him. But I think every driver just deserves a round of applause for the incredible racing we just saw.
That was such a good race, and unfortunately, I've got 1 minute to get to my next race, so unfortunately we can't do any interviews with these guys, which is a bit sad. I was hoping to actually see them, but we can't. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it there, which is a real shame because that was such a good end to that race.
Yeah, kudos to every driver for the racecraft. It's just immense how there was just so little accidents. We only had 2 retirements out of the three retirements.
4 retirements.
But they all happened in the last few laps, and
yeah,
the first lap was really clean as well. The racecraft, I mean, 3 wide, and they somehow come out. I don't know, fantastic.
But anyway, we're gonna have to close this out then. And what a race to leave Bahrain on. This will be one that's remembered for a long time. We'll see you all next week for the Chinese Grand Prix rounds. 9 tiers, remember, across PS4 and Xbox. I hope it'll be as good as this. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next week.